and we're able to keep track of 360 around the camp. Also, the Camp Safety Watch is keeping track of the weather, providing it to the entire camp and also aircraft that are coming in and out.
So when we called Sea Dragon, you were the guys that answered, is that right?
Yes.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
You're the voice of the Sea Dragon.
The voice of the Sea Dragon. So what's up with this horn?
That's the alarm system for camp.
For what?
So if I see a polar bear, I just sound the alarm.
Have you done it yet?
Not yet. No, this is the closest I got was this morning. I saw something warm on the horizon on this IR camera here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there. You can still see it.
Yeah?
And in the morning, about 6 a.m., nobody was awake yet, I thought. Polar bear time. So I grabbed the horn. Somebody came in the tent, got a second opinion, and they said, that's a submarine sail. So I stood down.
That was your moment to shine, dude.
Right.
Did you have the can in your hand?
I had it in my hand. And I said, if he didn't walk in, I was buzzing it. And I was going to go, we have a loudspeaker here too. Camp safety, comms check, over.
You were going to yell polar bear?
Polar bear.
The submarines were a couple of miles from camp, and we got word that they were about ready to leave, so the lieutenant took us to the helicopter for the short trip over.
So do you love it?
Yeah, getting out of the office is always good. This is definitely as far out of the office as I can get.
I'm Destin.
I'm Bob.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Hi, Michelle.
My co-captain is Evan over here.
What's up, Evan?
After a thorough safety briefing, we spun up the helicopter and headed out to the sub for one of the most interesting moments of my entire life.
Well, that's a pretty big moment. How you doing, sir?
We'll take your bags. We're going to go up the sail and then go down, so we'll take these for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Just like that. You're going to hold the bottom of the ladder. When you get to the top of the sail, you're going to have to swing your leg up and over to get in.
Yeah.
While you're going down the ladder, when you get down to the bottom, you're going to have to shift around because the ladder rung is going to change.
Great.
But other than that, then we'll get you in and we'll get you set up and warm.
My name is Destin.
Arnell, I'm the
Arnell.
chief of the boat.
You're the chief of the boat. Nice to meet you, Arnell.
No problem.
All right. Following you guys.
We're not high enough in the ice right now, so there's a little water on our weapon shipping hatch, so we couldn't open the normal hatch.
Great. Sounds good.
Yes, sir?
You want me to go first? Go.
Make sure you take a good step. A good grip.
What's up, man?
Come on, sir.
How's it going?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you. What's your name? Caleb. Nice to meet you, Caleb.
Right there. And then the rungs are on the left side.
On the left side? Yep. Got it.
When you get down to the second step, they rotate.
Yeah?
Just be careful about that.
Okay, Ken's good. Gotta take my gloves off or leave them on?
You can leave them on.
All right.
So there we go. Even getting to the boat is an incredible adventure. When I went down in the boat, I saw things that I never thought I would see. In fact, it was hard to point the camera in any direction without capturing something classified. In fact, that's where the video is right now. It's being OPSEC reviewed, Operational Security. So we're gonna wait on that. In an upcoming episode of Smarter Every Day, I'm gonna show you amazing things. But for now, I want to say thank you to the sponsor for this video, which is not the Navy. In fact, I had to pay for my own food on the boat. It's Audible. Audible is a place where you can go and listen to incredible audiobooks about adventures and get yourself outside of your own personal perspective. If you want to check out Audible, do that by going to audible.com/smarter or texting the word smarter to 500-500. Whether you're mowing, you're driving, whatever it is you're doing, you're going to be able to consume audiobooks in that moment, and you're going to reclaim your time. The only point of reference I had for being this cold was Endurance by Alfred Lansing. This is an incredible story about Ernest Shackleton's adventure to the South Pole with his crew. They get stranded in a boat. Like, I had the option of leaving in a helicopter, a sub, or an airplane. They didn't. By the way, my favorite person in the entire story is Frank Worsley. His navigation skills as a captain basically what saved the entire crew. This is an incredible story of survival that I desperately want you to listen to. It's true, too. It's not fiction. When you go to audible.com/smarter, you get a free audiobook, and I recommend Endurance. However, you can get whatever audiobook you want. You can also get unlimited access to Audible Originals. That's 30 days of Audible by going to audible.com/smarter or texting the word smarter to 500-500. Anyway, that's it. I really want you to subscribe and see these upcoming videos about this submarine stuff. Imagine Destin in a nuclear submarine with a camera and able to ask questions. It's incredible. There's science everywhere you look. I loved it. So please consider subscribing if you feel like this earned it. If you trust me at this point to give you good content, I would even appreciate it if you consider that little bell. If you click on the bell by the YouTube subscribe button, it'll actually give you a notification when I upload. Big thanks to the Navy for allowing me access to all this stuff. Thanks to everybody at Ice Camp for keeping me alive, and thank you to you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Destin. You're getting smarter every day. Have a good one. Bye. Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. I'm a mechanical and aerospace engineer, so when it comes to things like shock waves or laminar flow or snatch blocks or aircraft and things like that, I'm very comfortable learning things because I know the lingo and I can ask questions that make me seem like I know what I'm talking about, right? But I'm not a biologist. So today on Smarter Every Day, I want to show you this journey that I've been on. You see, we're going to learn about sea turtles, but we're going to learn about sea turtles in a really weird way. I kind of struggled with how to do the intro to this video because I did not plan this video. I feel like sea turtles kind of found me. So when you think about sea turtles, for example, they're very cute. Everyone likes sea turtles. You know, they're kind of a quiet animal. They just do their thing. They don't pose a threat to humans. You know, if anything, we're kind of in their way, right? But think about this. A sea turtle lives about as long as a human. And a sea turtle loves the beach. That's where they plant their eggs. And humans love the beach. So naturally, we are going to bump into sea turtles all the time. And that may or may not be a good thing for the sea turtle. Well, the first time I ever interacted with a sea turtle in the wild was in Hawaii. I was on business with my wife and 2 daughters. And we were there, and every minute we had to spare, we would go swimming. That's what we love to do. In fact, my daughter and I, we love to see all the new types of fishes we've never seen before. And so we would always find any available water. We'd throw on some goggles, and we'd go in there and see what we could see. Well, one day, we found this neat little outcropping of volcanic rock. So I got my goggles, and I jumped in. And the thing about it is, the rocks were really rough on the bottom, and the surf was crashing in and out. So you would be moved with the water as it came in and out to shore. Well, I got out there and started swimming, and something really interesting happened. I saw this blob off in the distance, and suddenly it just came up to me. It was a sea turtle, and this was the first time I had ever seen a sea turtle in the wild. I did not expect this. I was left with this sense of awe and wonder. It's like I felt like I had been in the presence of a great creature, and it almost left me like emotional. It was really strange. And so this video was never meant to be made. It just kind of happened. Over the last year and a half, I have had several opportunities to interact with sea turtles on many different levels, and I totally didn't expect it. This is going to be less of me like giving you the knowledge about sea turtles because I don't have the knowledge. All these experts have the knowledge. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through all of these events, and I'm just going to share my experience with you and say like, hey, this is something that happened, because I firmly believe that the more you get to interact with a sea turtle in its natural environment and the more you see it doing its thing, the more you'll come to love this animal, because I certainly have. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through all this stuff, and then at the end here, I was actually asked if I wanted to go get a sea turtle, an endangered Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, and help transport it from Virginia Beach back to Decatur, Alabama. And so the last part of this video is going to be just that happening. Anyway, I'm very excited about this, if you can't tell. Today, we are going to go get smarter every day that I got to interact with sea turtles. Let's go do it. Last summer for vacation, the family decided we wanted to go learn Spanish. So we went to Costa Rica and attended a Spanish camp. This company called Explore Natura organized these different educational trips for all the students in the evenings. My daughter wanted to go to the Verde Azul Sea Turtle Conservation Center, and when we got there, Danny sat us down for a full-on lecture on sea turtles, and it was awesome. He taught us about the 7 different species and how you can tell different turtles by their tracks and whether they're symmetric or not. He also showed us that different turtles dig their nests at different depths in the sand. After this, we learned how they lay eggs in a nest, and this is fascinating. Basically, the turtle goes out and digs a hole in the sand and then lays the eggs down in the bottom. Then it will lightly pack sand in between there and the top, and then put fluffy sand at the very top to camouflage the nest. When the little baby turtles start to pip and emerge from the eggs, the shell falls down to the bottom of the hole and all the fluid drains out. This creates an air pocket up above the turtles because that volume is displaced, and they all start to thrash at the same time. There's something called socially facilitated ascent. They all thrash and thrash and thrash, and that makes the sand that's on top of them get transported down below them. And if they keep doing this enough, they'll all emerge together. The thing is, some of them stay behind down below, and over the course of 1 to 3 nights, additional groups will emerge. There are so many things I learned about sea turtle nests that are legitimately amazing. For example, whether you're a baby boy turtle or a baby girl turtle is a function of the temperature of your egg. That's real. I had to look that up because that's amazing. That means that where the egg is stacked in the sea turtle nest is going to determine the sex of each individual turtle because there's going to be a temperature gradient across the nest. It's amazing. After we learned all this stuff, we went out to the beach where Zoe, a volunteer, had prepared a simulated nest for us. We had to follow the tracks from the turtle up to the beach, try to find where the nest was, and then we drew a grid on the sand and lightly pressed a stick into different areas. If the sand was firm, that's not where the nest was. If the stick went through, that's where the turtle dug the nest. At that point, we dug down and we retrieved the simulated eggs. If you ever find a sea turtle nest in the wild, do not disturb it. The whole point of this exercise here at the Conservation Center is all these eggs are laid all over this particular beach in Costa Rica, and they're very difficult to defend from predators and even humans. So what they do is they go retrieve the eggs and they move them to a hatchery. The whole point of the hatchery is to get the maximum number of baby turtles out into the water in hopes that they will live and the population will grow. So Zoe, the volunteer that showed us how to find the eggs and all that good stuff, she walked us over to the hatchery and she introduced me to the mother of turtles, or said in Spanish, Madre de Tortugas.
Hey, Val.
Okay, this is Valerie.
You guys are fun.
Valerie is the lead biologist over the hatchery here. See? See? Is it okay if I video? Okay. So Valerie, you're a researcher, right?
Yes, I'm a researcher.
En español funciona. Oh my goodness!
Sí,
These are the babies?
sí.
Which species?
All these beauties.
You ever seen baby turtles?
Yeah, I have
Oh. Dormirse?
See, they was on the top, but they really need to wake up.
See.
Some of them already hatch and go out 3 days ago. But there's some babies that are still on the egg, and that's the babies that
Yeah.
I'm taking out right now.
So-
like the last ones.
So naturally, those would die.
Naturally, maybe, yes.
Yes, but
Or some dog come to take them out, or a
But-
raccoon.
you're the mother turtle.
Yes. Yes.
¿Cuántos tortugas en tu toda vida aquí?
Liberamos alrededor de 15,000 tortugas al año.
15
Bebés. Ajá.
en un año?
En un año, sí.
Sí, loco.
Sí, bastante locos.
Pero en un día, ¿cuántas tortugas?
Depende la temporada,
¿Sí?
pero grandes de 5 a 10 es lo máximo y bebés hasta 1,000 hemos liberado en un día.
¿Cómo en un día?
Sí. porque a veces hay 10 nidos con 100 huevos
Sí.
y si nacen todos son alrededor de 1000 tortugas. Ahora es que estamos en la temporada baja.
Sí. Perfecto. ¿Y cuál hoy? ¿Tienes tortugas en un...?
Este es un nido que la mayoría de bebés habían nacido, pero quedaban unos cuantos y están un poco retrasados, pero vamos a esperar para poder liberarlos.
Esperar.
Esperar to wait.
To wait. So you're going to wait before you release them?
Sí, yes.
How long do you wait?
Until they wake up. They have to be active.
But you're going to release them in the ocean
Yes,
today?
Yes.
Wow.
So this is a really interesting moment for me because what's going on here is Valerie, right here, is she's caring for the turtles that just hatched, and she's trying to make sure that they survive and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, anytime you have like research and stuff, there's this very public-facing component that has to happen. But at the same time, she's patiently got a clipboard in her hand, and she's thinking about, are these turtles going to survive? How long were they, incubation period for the turtles. But this is a really neat moment because she's doing some hardcore work, but the team is having to tap dance a little bit and show us, the public, why it's important and why this should be interesting and things like that. So this is just a larger metaphor for science communication or, just like environmental education in general, I think. So watch Valerie, watch how much care and patience she has when she's doing the actual hard work. And again, this is the moment that the turtles hatched, right? This is 1 hour, and they've got dozens and dozens of hours of work that went into this 1 hour of, we're about to release baby turtles. Very interesting.
Ouch. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah? Follow Valerie, do everything she says.
They want to wake up too.
And so you're walking to the beach where the nest was laid.
Yes, where the mother laid the eggs.
¿Es importante?
We try to do like the same things that the turtle did. And the other thing is, if we release always in the same place, for example, in high season, every day we release maybe thousands of turtles, and it's to make like a place when it's going to be easy food for the other animals. Predators. So that's why also we try to do the place that the mother laid the eggs.
And this leads us to one of the most intense things I saw at the Conservation Center there in Costa Rica. So much effort has gone into setting these hatchlings up for success. But ultimately, they have to prove that they're strong enough to make it. Valerie drew a literal line in the sand and let each of these turtles determine their own fate.
So you make them walk 5 meters to make sure they're strong enough to survive.
More than, yes. Because people said that turtles used to come to the same place, okay? But it's like to the same area.
Sí.
And it's important like to recognize many things, the magnetic file, many things that we don't really, or I don't really know. But for this more to be like the natural process, to be strong and to recognize the place and to make it come back.
How many do you think will survive here?
I don't know, but from 1,000 turtles,
In this, solo aquí.
I hope everybody.
We'll see, hopefully so.
This was an incredibly intense moment, knowing that the lifespan of each of these turtles could be over 50 years, but in order for that to start, they had to make it to the water. I have never wanted an animal to do something so badly in my entire life. Finally, after several minutes, this happened.